Hey guys, it's Bobby Legs, and welcome to another episode of Bobby Legs Loves Watches. And today I will be reviewing the Casio GA-2100-1A1JF, also known as the Casioak, affectionately called the Casioak because of its octagonal case, similar to the uh, AP Royal Oak, which has an octagonal case, which I put a picture of here. But fortunately, or unfortunately, however you want to take a look at it and see it, the similarities end there. This is a highly sought after watch in this variation, and it seems that people are still paying a premium to get it because it's nearly impossible to get it for retail. But before I continue with my review and go over the specs, please remember to like and subscribe and click that bell icon to get notifications when I upload new videos. I love making these videos and I hope you love them too. Now let's jump into specs. We have a 45.4 millimeter case diameter, a 48.5 millimeter length here. I'm not sure to call it lug to lug length, but okay, it's 48.5 millimeters. Just under 12 millimeter case thickness. The watch weighs in at a whopping 51 grams, a very light watch, and when you put it on and wear just for a few minutes, you almost forget that it's there, which is pretty cool. Uh, of course, you get the shock resistance that G-Shock is famous for. Casio G-Shock is famous for. You have a 200-meter water resistance, a world timer, and a lot of the same features that you get with a DSW, a DW5600. You get the stopwatch, the timer, hourly signal, time signal, full auto calendar, 12-hour, 24-hour format. You have 5 different alarms, double LED lights with LED backlight for LCD display. You have an estimated 3-year battery life, and neo bright uh, luminous hands, right? Um, so, like I said at the beginning, this variation is a very highly sought after variation, for better for worse. It's a good looking watch, and I could see why people want it. But people are well, on eBay. At minimum, it looks like the lowest offerings are around $240, $250. This MSRP is for $99, and it is hard to get. I signed up for an alert through Hodinkee to get alerts whenever this watch becomes available on their site. And a few weeks ago, I got a couple of alerts, a couple of emails, and as soon as I click on the link, or click on to buy, the spinny thing comes up and then it gets hung up. And then you have to refresh, and by the time you refresh, it says it's out of stock. So, this watch has been out for almost a year, so it continues to be a desirable watch. Now, there are different variations, color variations to this watch, but this one seems to be the most popular by far. So, you have to make that choice if you really love this watch or not. Are you going to pay over premium? Because it doesn't seem to be letting up any soon. Maybe 6 months, 12 months down the road, maybe they'll be more readily accessible at that $99 level, and then hopefully going forward, maybe you'll see some discounts on that. But that's all speculation on my end. Let's take a deeper look at that dial, because the dial is pretty wild. Now you see it feels like there's some texture here, not texture but some depth to the dial. The hour markers kind of drop off down to the dial, so there's a big gap between the dial and the mineral glass here. You have the hour and the minute hand, but you also have a digital display down over here on the lower right hand side. Uh, Now over here, let's see here if I could get these guys out of the way. Um, you have a day indicator, which is really neat. A little bit different. You don't see that too often here. And what I did right there, if you press the mode and the light button at the same time, the hands will go to this 11 o'clock position here, or 10:55 position, and get out of the way so you can read this through. And with the mode, you could run through the world time, stopwatch, timer, um, alarm one, and all different alarms, and then time. So really, really cool, interesting dial. You know, the watch is a really cool watch, and I actually, you know, was seeking it out for a while. I wasn't willing to pay the premium, but if it came up for sale, you know, at its regular MSRP, I would be more than happy to jump on it. Now, like I said, it is a really cool watch, and I'm going to put it on wrist and show you. But now that I've actually had some time with it, look, I enjoy wearing it. My and it's absolutely cool. It totally is. There's nothing bad I could say about the watch. My only negative is that, you know, it's a little bit harder for me to read than I thought it would be. Now, you know, it is a blackout. You know, it has that effect. So, you know, I can't really be upset about this watch or say anything negative about that specific feature because, well, I mean, it is what it is. There are other variants of this watch that doesn't have this blackout effect. So if I wanted to get a Casio Oak that was more readable, more legible, then I would get a different variation and pay, you know, not over premium for that. So, um, you know, now that, like I said, I've had some time with it, it's probably wouldn't be my first choice, and that's just me. Because now I really appreciate watches that I can actually read the time. But it is really, really cool. And if down the road I can get this watch for less than MSRP, you know, Black Friday sale or something to that effect, I'd pull the trigger. And look, if somebody wanted to give me this watch, of course I would take it. You know, so um, there's that. But anyway, it wouldn't. I'm in no rush at this point to get it, like I was before I got this watch, which is a tour watch with a bunch of my fellow YouTube creators, a group spearheaded by Random Rob. So, like I said, I'm in no rush to get this. But if you like this watch, I would suggest, you know, waiting on these, going Hodinkee and sign up and get some alerts, or whatever other websites have alerts, and just hope that you can get it for that price. Um, anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Does the legibility or readability factor of this watch, or lack of, does that bother you? Does that affect what your buying process? Anyway, guys, thanks again for watching and stopping in, and I'll see you in the next video.